Welcome back to another episode of Thriving Teacher Talk. Today, I am very pleased to have Lisa again on the podcast. She was here last season for our finale episode. This episode's a little bit different because we're talking about a passion project that we've both been working on. So welcome, Lisa.
Hello, thank you for having me.
I'm so glad you're here. And I'm sure everybody else is very excited to have you back on the podcast. Lots of really awesome feedback from the last time you were on. So,
well, I mean, it's me and you, so.
Right. So we're here today to talk to you all about something I'm sure you've been hearing about.
Hype going on right now about Hot Teacher Summer.
Yeah, so Hot Teacher Summer is a project that we've been working on for a while to get you guys to create resources that are engaging, self-checking, great for your classroom and your students, and to get you rolling on TpT.
Oh yeah, I was just going to say, don't forget your TpT store because that was a big thing. But no, when you say passion project, I feel like that's an understatement. Just because we started talking about this in November, and when we started talking about it, it was supposed to be like a long weekend boot campy type of thing where it was like one resource, how to list it, and kind of just like cruise like that. And we've definitely exceeded what we originally thought we were going to do.
Yeah, for sure. And we keep adding more and more because we've been so extremely overwhelmed and with so much joy from you guys creating so many amazing resources. We originally had intended for the first week to be 2 resources. And then we, at the end, we're like, let's add in 1 bonus.
It really was. It was like last minute too, because we launched on July 5th. So a week ago, Tuesday. Right? That's how the calendar works.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was, what was it? Like on that Sunday, you and I were talking and we're like, wait, what if we real fast? And so we kind of just did it because we're beasts.
Yes.
I think like one of the big things is that like this school year was a very hard school year for everyone. I can't think of one person off the top of my head who like I worked with personally, like in both of the schools that I worked in this school year. And then also just like even on teacher Instagram, I really cannot think of one person, like one teacher who had like this great, amazing school year where like, I don't want to say shit hit the fan multiple. Can I say that on the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So like where shit hit the fan like multiple times, and like there were days and like weeks where it just was like so hard for so many of us. And obviously like we saw the light at the end of the tunnel. You had like the little silver linings and the glimpses of hope that like it's going to get better, but it really was for everyone like such a hard school year, and it was hard to create resources. It was hard to stay motivated, and like I know between you and me, we really talked about Hot Teacher Summer really being like the fuel to reignite the passion and to reignite that like creative juices that we all have to create like resources that our students really do love. And I think everyone saw our vision without seeing our vision, and even without us really knowing, like, I don't see what the end goal was, but everything has transformed so much from the moment that we started talking about it. And like the middle of June was like we had one vision and goal and like what was supposed to happen, and like since then like it really has transformed. And even like bonus content, like I mean they're going to know about it now, but like there's more bonus content and like more templates that are going in just because of like the overwhelming response of like gratitude. And I don't be like a thank you goes a long way, but a thank you goes a long way for me and you.
Yes,
and
for
really
sure.
just are like, oh, you really like that? And you said, thank you. Let me add some more.
Right. And you know what it is that so many teachers have told us how we have reignited that passion for them because they were kind of just stuck in a rut with their creation process, with the school in general. And the fact that people and teachers are giving us the feedback, like this was really driving me to do more for my classroom and to do more for my TpT store. And that I feel like drives us to want to do more for you. So
Oh, I was just going to say, like, we haven't even, I haven't told you this. Last night, I was just like, I feel like I need to like do another something. And I mean, be on the lookout. I'm not going to like say it and spoil it. I feel like this is definitely like sparking something for me and for you in terms of like how to further help teachers create resources like in the fields that we are good at.
Yeah. And it's so funny because, you know, you and I both have our own separate courses and we have templates in our courses and all of that, but we wanted to do something together because Lisa and I have had so many conversations about how we're like the same person.
Literally.
So when we get together and we start creating together, it ignites something in us personally. So the fact that we were able to do this project hands-on with each other made it even better than we could have ever imagined. So this is something that was a passion project for the two of us to do together to help so many teachers and so many students around the world. So we're really grateful to have each other and to have you guys supporting us. And we want to actually talk about some of the feedback we've gotten so far, because we've gotten, even just in the first week, we've gotten so much amazing feedback.
So week one was all about creating self-checking resources with Google Sheets. And so one of the big things that I noticed this year was giving students choice. And a lot of teachers had picked up on the whole idea of providing students like with the option to do like either this activity or that activity, or like, here's a whole bunch of options for you. Like you decide what works best for you. Yeah. And so one of the templates is a like digital pick board or like a quick pick, if you want to call it that, where
or choice board, right?
Or choice board type of a thing. Yeah. Cause I don't know. I feel like depending upon like the content area that you teach and the grade level that you teach, like you definitely would word it differently. But so basically it was a 12 question template where you would fill it with 12 questions as like the creator, and then, but decide how many questions the students would choose. So they would see all 12 questions on the spreadsheet, how many questions you want the students to answer. And then after they've answered X number of questions correctly, the rest of the questions will disappear. And then we also gave the option where if you didn't want the questions to disappear and the students would just, score more than like 100 points on it, we had that option.
So add that too, because the actual spreadsheet actually keeps score as well. So yeah, which is like really nice.
Yeah. And I mean, I love that just because it's no grading or less grading. I mean, you still have to like cycle through them real quickly, but it is nice to not have to like go through and really like check every single question to see if it's correct or not, or like count up how many questions are red because they're incorrect answers. So there was that one. And then we did a 2-player racing game. And we started off with just like the 2-player racing games where there was frogs and there were cars. And like you and I originally, we were just like, it's just going to be cars. It's just going to be frogs. And then we're like, maybe we should show them how to change the theme. And if they wanted to make it something else, they can make it something else. And so like originally we were just doing those two like kinds of templates for week one. And then last minute, we decided let's add in an escape room, or kind of like an escape room for Google Sheets, where, students see the first 3 questions and that's all they'll see. And after they get those first 3 questions correct, 3 more questions will appear for them. And then there's like at the end, you can add in, like a riddle or unscramble the letters to like crack the code. So it's kind of like an escape room. But again,
and there's like locks on the screen, and locks open up when you answer questions. So it's really adorable.
It is super fun. And then, again, with customizing, we took it a step further, and we are adding in bonus content on how to go through and like change it. So like I showed like a preview of like how to save the monsters. And so we went from like having locks that we were unlocking to like finding the monsters that were hidden behind the locks and things like that. So it's definitely, week one is fun. Week one is fun with like those self-checking Google resources.
Yeah. And we've gotten some really awesome feedback already just from week one. So I wanted to just go through a couple of the testimonials that we've gotten, because we have been so excited. And the fact that teachers are sharing their feedback makes us so happy. So LK from Stewart in 7th, she said, Hot Teacher Summer was exactly what I needed to get out of a creative slump and jumpstart my TpT store again. The possibilities with these templates are endless, and I cannot wait to make them a reality and watch the money roll in during back to school season. Kim from KS Math and More said, Lisa and Jillian are absolutely genius. They have jam-packed the workshop with an insane amount of content. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. I'm so glad I joined and can't wait to see how these new resources will level up my TpT store. We have Stephanie from Sped Dreams, who said, Hot Teacher Summer has reignited my passion for creating resources. There are so many easy to use templates to streamline your creation process. Lisa and Jillian are so knowledgeable and experienced, and this workshop has been a game changer. We have Christy from Abram Academics. The end of the school year was so hard that I fell into a major slump when it comes to doing anything creative. Thanks to Hot Teacher Summer, my passion for creating is back and on fire because of the amazing templates and content from Jillian and Lisa. Lauren from Managing Middle Math said, Hot Teacher Summer blew me away. All the resources are so easy to use for any subject matter and are so easily editable to fit your student needs. Perfect for the teacher who was in a slump creating the summer. I can't wait to see what they think of next. And Jen from Books, Babbles, and Bows said, I hit a slump with creating at the end of the year. I was burnt out and not motivated. Hot Teacher Summer turned that around for me. The templates are so easy to use and unique with so many possibilities, and the bonuses are on fire. This was everything I needed and more. And this was just week 1.
And those are just like those, I don't want to be like, that's just like a small snapshot of everything, but the number of DMs that I've received and you've received just with everyone like telling us how grateful they are for what we've provided them with. And that was only with like the week 1 content. Like they have no idea what's coming.
Right. So. Yeah. So we are really excited. Week 2 is all about listing resources on TpT. We go through a lot of information on the basics of SEO and ways that you should be listing on TpT appropriately, because there are different ways you can list your resources. So we go through all of that. And there's lots of templates included in week 2 as well. So there are templates for like creating your covers and your previews. There's templates for your terms of use and your credits pages. So there's lots of awesome things to help your TpT resources fly off the shelves, so to speak.
Make those cha-chings.
Yes, make those cha-chings that we all love to hear. Once week 2 is over, but before week 2 is over, I should say, we do have additional bonus content that we're already starting to add to week 2. So make sure that if you are in week 2 right now, that you're on the lookout for all that bonus content.
Week 3 is all about PowerPoint resources, which is your specialty. And sometimes I'm like, I don't get it. Like, how did you do that? But then at the same time too, like there I am sitting there in Google Sheets and some like, even just the other day, someone was like, I don't know how your brain works and how you do this so quickly. I'm like, it's just how my brain works. And I feel like that's you in PowerPoint. Like, it's just how your brain works.
Yeah. So, and I love PowerPoint so much. I wish Google Slides would kind of hop on board with the types of animations that PowerPoint can do, because there's so many more things you can do in PowerPoint than Google Slides. And it's really frustrating because you can convert things from PowerPoint to Google Slides and vice versa, but there are things that you can't make compatible. So like triggers, animations, different things you can do with individual pieces in PowerPoint, you can't do with Google Slides. Google Slides only allows animations for full sheets, like full slides, not individual pieces of your slide. Hopefully Google will fix that at some point, who knows? But for now, there are just going to be some resources that are PowerPoint only. There's similar things with Google Sheets and Microsoft Excel. So Google Sheets is ahead of the game
in some
as far
aspects,
as doing things in Google. And I don't know, I wish they would just all kind of merge together, but
it would be nice. But I feel like too, I was just thinking, I know some people are like, oh, well, I'm a Google district, so like, I'm never going to use the PowerPoint resources and those templates. And so like my school district is a Google district, and we have Chromebooks as staff members, and like the kids have Chromebooks, but like the PowerPoint resources that we're doing, like they're like game, like whole group type of activities. And like, I have a desktop computer that is attached to like my projector. I'm not sure it's a smart board. It's like a projectory, the thing that I can like, project things to, whatever. So like it's connected to that. And like, so yeah, I'm a Google district, but like, are you a Google district that uses a desktop computer that has PowerPoint? You know what I mean? So like,
right. So you can still utilize those resources with your students as long as your desktop computer has PowerPoint.
Exactly.
So, yeah. And the same thing for Microsoft districts. Microsoft districts can, as long as you have a Gmail account, right? Yeah. You can project Google resources. So yeah, there are always workarounds for things like that.
For teachers, we always find a way.
Yes, for sure. And then in week 4, we're going to do a week of promotions for you guys so that you can figure out ways to collaborate with teachers and promote your resources effectively so you can make more money. We've been talking forever, and there's stuff that we left out because there's just so much.
But that's also because it's changing.
Yeah.
I don't want to say like day by day because that's an understatement. It's changing like hour by hour because we'll be like running errands or whatever and we'll be like, oh my God, new idea. Let me get on that real fast. And so, yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk about the fonts either.
My pride and joy. Yeah, wait. So, as a math teacher and like math resource creator, my biggest pet peeve for fonts and like the font bundles that I've purchased like to create resources where there were numbers that had like circles or like shapes around them, you would get like 0 through 9 and then that was it. And so if you wanted like the number 10, sorry, like doesn't exist. And so
or you'd have to have the 2 bubbles next to each other that look crazy.
And so it would be like 1 in a circle and 0 would be in a circle and then it would like you said would look crazy. And so when we started talking about like creating or like Hot Teacher Summer and like everything that would be in it, I was like, what if we figured out fonts? Like, what if I like dabbled in it? And I think we had previously talked about it. I know every once in a while when I share like a foldable that I use in my classroom or like a worksheet, people will be like, oh my God, your handwriting. And I don't think it's anything great. Like, not that it's not anything great. Like, I know my handwriting is good, but it's not like.
It's a font.
I mean, well, now it is. Now it is. And so, yeah, I kind of just like dabbled and figured out and played around. And it definitely was a headache for like half a second trying to like learn a new program. And, but I mean, I feel like that's with anything in life. Even, the first time you do something and you don't know what you're doing and there's no like handbook to show you how to do what you're doing.
Yeah, there's a learning curve.
Oh, big time learning curve. Yeah. But no, it was really fun to create like those number fonts. And then obviously like the handwriting fonts too. So
yeah, they're beautiful. And all of the PowerPoint resources that are going into the course have Lisa's fonts already in them. So they're there and you have them because you have Hot Teacher Summer. So you'll have all those resources with her beautiful fonts, her beautiful handwriting. And of course, they can be modified to meet your needs, but yeah, they look polished and professional with beautiful fonts with numbers
and you can read them.
Great.
That's like I feel like that's a big thing. Like I know a lot of people are like, I feel like I get these fonts and like you can't read them or they don't like they look good for like one specific thing and then they don't look good for something else. And I feel like overall everyone's been like, oh my God, everything is so readable. Like, how did you do that?
And Hot Teacher Summer will be open for enrollment up until August 5th. So you have some time left, but if you're joining late in the game, we do highly recommend you get the lifetime access because at least that way you can go through the content at your own pace and you'll have the content forever. So there's not like a time frame where your content will go away August 5th. You have the content for as long as you want it. So if you are joining late in the game, we do highly suggest purchasing the lifetime access as well. So that way you can have the content forever.
Yeah, do that. Purchase the lifetime access. No, but it is good to, grab that lifetime access just because, so you can go back. There's no need to rush. Life gets crazy. I feel like we all kind of attest to that we have one plan and, life is like, hey, you had a plan. Joke's on you.
Well, it's like that first week we started, it was crazy because Lisa got COVID.
Oh my God, I got COVID. It was so bad. I was miserable.
And we were like right at the very beginning, Lisa got COVID. And then a week later, we were not near each other, I promise.
No.
A week later, I got COVID and we were like right in the middle of stuff. And we're like, we can't afford to have COVID right now. What is this? But that's life.
I mean,
you got to get through it.
We powered through but no, yeah. I mean, it's almost like if we were in the courses, I know for me personally, like if I was in a course and I didn't have the lifetime access, like I was down for the count with COVID. I don't know like how other people were, but I was down for the count. But so like the lifetime access, it's just like almost like an insurance policy that you don't know you need until you need it. And it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah. I did have someone comment in the feedback in Kajabi, because we've done a bunch of like workshops prior to this one, but individual. And I had someone say originally, like, I purchased that lifetime access really fast because I remember going into your workshop last summer and then losing access and then wanting to go back to that content, and I wasn't able to. So they had said, like, just right there in Kajabi, like, I needed that lifetime access right away.
So come hang out with us in the Hot Teacher Summer.
We're really excited about it, as you can tell, and we can't wait to see who else joins us in Hot Teacher Summer, because the creations are honestly, the sky's the limit. You can create so many things for your classroom, for your TpT store. We're really excited to see all of the amazing resources you continue to create, and we can't wait to see you in Hot Teacher Summer. If you haven't joined already, what are you waiting for? You need all of this information. Like,
seriously. Seriously.
We'll see you on the inside. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Lisa. Her email address is lisa@helloalgebra.com. Or you can contact me, and I'm hello@jillianfernandez.com. And we can't wait to hear from you.
See you in Hot Teacher Summer.